Hello students, in previous class we discussed about the winds, planetary winds, seasonal winds and local winds, different kind of local winds, for example Chinook, Mistral, Loo in our country, and today we are going to discuss about weather and climate. Its definition is weather, the state of the atmospheric conditions over an area at a particular time. Weather. Today in Hyderabad it is cloudy, the weather is cloudy. Like that sometime we talk about weather, and now you see the definition of climate. Weather conditions followed a similar general pattern that may be cool, cloudy or sunny. It's a general pattern over many years over a large area. Sometime we talk about the climate conditions of Hyderabad. Climate of Hyderabad is cool, Warangal is hot, and as Hyderabad is located on the plateau region and whereas Warangal on the arid plains. Like that we talk sometime Bangalore is a cool place. So these are for over many years permanently, at the same time a large area also, it covers a large area, whereas weather is over a area at a particular time. Today's weather, it is cloudy, it is raining, tomorrow it may sunny. And the elements, how we will measure the climate and the weather? With elements. Those elements again coming back, recollect the previous classes, already have discussed that. The first element to measure the weather and climate is temperature. Temperature, when you will go for temperature, three factors are there. The first one is latitude, and the second one is altitude, and the third one is differences of places. So here you see, whenever you go to the higher latitudes and there as the sun's rays are falling slantingly and naturally the temperature decreases. Second one, and here the altitude, this is latitude, altitude, and whenever any elevated part you will get, and naturally when you will go to the top of the mountain and there the temperature is very low, and if you will come to bottom that plain, then there you will get the moderate, either moderate climate or the climate is normal. Like that if you will go to the area near sea coast, so there also due to the land and sea we get the different variations in temperature. This is a very important element of weather and climate. So sometime, and here whenever you will go to the higher latitudes, there may be the climate will be very cool, and if you will be in the tropical region, the climate very hot. And in the same way, if you will go to the elevated part in the top of the mountain, that is very cool, and valleys, if you will come to the valleys, maybe the temperature, or if you will come to the bottom of the plains of the near the mountain, then may be hot. The second one, pressures, and here the weather conditions may be for a particular area for a short time or a long time. It depends on the pressures. The horizontal winds continuously which is passing throughout the world results the changing in the weather pattern and the climatic pattern. Sometime here the low pressure area, and sometime the high pressure wind passes through that, and due to the changing of pressure, wind pressure also, the climatic conditions are changing. Then next one, wind continuously which is passing, again I am coming here, the winds we have discussed in the previous class, that is the westerlies, easterlies, and the jet streams and trade winds, and these winds also according to the place, maybe that is the elevated part. And wind particularly I have given you the in the last class one example, that is sea breeze and land breeze. And the areas which are nearer to sea, and the temperature which is varied due to the wind during the time of daytime and night time, that is called the sea breeze and land breeze. Then come to the humidity. Humidity, one of the very important element of the atmosphere, and we know very well that the water vapor present in the air is called as humidity. And the changing of climate and weather, it depends on the percentage or the density of humidity. Sometimes the coastal areas, if you will see the coastal areas, and there as the climate is called as moderate due to the dense humidity there. Then the last one, come to the water cycle again, and most of the pattern of climate and weather is depend on precipitation. The precipitation may be in the form of snow, rainfall and fog. Those forms in different way are the main character or main element of changing of weather and climate. The next topic is humidity and precipitation. Already the water cycle we have learnt in the previous topic, and here the humidity is combined with the temperature and the evaporation that makes you to feel sultry and sweaty. During the time of humidity, evaporation, and when the dense humidity is there, moisture is there present in the air, water vapor present in the air, during that time we feel sultry and sweaty. The definition almost is the moisture in the atmosphere derived from the water bodies through evaporation, that is from the water bodies, and through plants transpiration. In the last class I explained you about this, that is called evapotranspiration, and from both, from the water bodies and from the plants, when the evaporation takes place and transpiration takes place, naturally those water vapor goes to the atmosphere, and that you call as humidity, the percentage of humidity. Sometimes there may be the humidity levels are more, the density of humidity is more, and sometimes it may be less. The next part is relative humidity. Relative humidity is the ratio of the maximum water vapor that the air can hold at a given temperature and pressure when the evaporation takes place. Next level in water cycle is condensation. Before condensation, the water vapor accumulates the dust particulates in the atmosphere, and it starts condensation, forming into clouds, and the air can hold at a given temperature, and you could see whenever the condensed clouds come to the contact of cool wind, there itself it starts precipitation. So that depends on the temperature or elevated parts. Whenever it will float along with the wind to the elevated parts, and where it get cool and starts precipitation, and it depends on pressure also, the wind pressure as it floats. Relative humidity increases with the decrease of temperature and vice versa. Relative humidity increases with the decrease of temperature. Example for the relative humidity is, if the air currently holds 30 grams of water vapor, the maximum it can hold is 50 grams of water vapor, then the relative humidity is 60%. So here the percentage of water vapor or humidity in the atmosphere we are deriving like this. The capacity of the water vapor to hold the water vapor in the atmosphere is 50 grams, whereas at present it is 30 grams only. Then average, if we will say the percentage of the water vapor present in the air, that is called relative humidity of, that is 60%. When a volume of air at a given temperature holds the maximum amount of water vapor, that is called saturation. That means if the humidity, the percentage of humidity reaches to 100%, then that situation is called saturation. Usually saturation is likelihood, it leads to precipitation like rain, fog or storms, etc. So the precipitation, about the precipitation we will read in the next class.